All right, well, it's always a great day when you open a Black Lotus, isn't it? We're drafting Power Mac, the most powerful of cubes, and I've got a Black Lotus, the most powerful of cards. This is my pick one, pack one, I think, for best card in the cube, though Time Vault in a team draft is interesting. What would you pick out of those two cards? I'm going to take Lotus out of this pack. I'm passing to Emmeline, Ethros, and I'm passing a Polluted Delta, Scarlet, Oko, Torsten, I suppose. All right, I open Lotus. You know, I'm supposed to Minsk and Boo. I haven't drafted red-green in a while. Lotus, Minsk and Boo is actually one of the best plays you can make. And as much as Jace has been going through a bit of a renaissance for me, I feel like Jace is actually doing a lot better recently. I think his card's a bit underrated. I still think Minsk and Boo is better. And yeah, let's start with Lotus Boo, passing Foothills and Chaos Defiler. And then now, oh, there's Doomsday. It's okay, there's Scalding Tarn. I'd like Fury well enough, but I could be a lot of different colors here. So I think I'll take Tarn. I do like a stock up. Had I taken Jace, I would probably take stock up, though Force Negation's also great. Either way, though, seems like a pretty easy Scalding Tarn. And, well, we'll see where we go from here. I mean, there's a bunch of blue cards in this pack, but I guess Infiltrator and Enduring Curiosity aren't like the most exciting. There's a Fanatic, a Gargroth, a Fury. So there are some red and green cards in that pack. And then here, Through the Breach, Miscalc. This could be like a teamer deck. Miscalc is a pretty nice card. I have a Scalding Tarn already. I don't think it makes sense to take, like, I think Miscalc's better than Lose Focus, especially if I'm going to be like teamer, where I'm more likely to want to cycle it than kick it. I don't care about Fast Bond, Spring Heart, Through the Breach. Yeah, this looks like a reasonable pickup here. Not bad, not bad. And here, there's a Teferi, a Goldspan, a Probe, Season Pyro, Bitter Triumph. Pretty solid pack. I kind of want to just take Teferi. I know it's a lot of colors. I have a fetch land. I just think Teferi is the best card here. I do like Uro a lot, but I think I'd rather just take a Teferi here. And if I back off of Minsk and Boo, that can happen. I just think Teferi is a really strong card, and I think it's enough better than the rest here that I'd rather just take it. Just because I have one red-green card doesn't mean I should take like a card that I think is quite a bit worse. Like I think Probe or Uro, any of those things are just going to be worse. Ooh, now there's a Fractured, a Cold, Tidebinder. Well, Minsk and Boo getting maybe demoted here because I'm going to take Fractured. This looks like a really good blue-white start. Now I wish I had taken Jace over Minsk. Though actually it still might be better to take Minsk to not pass it. It's Carpet of Flowers too. So a couple new additions to the cube. Mac added Carpet of Flowers and Pyroblast. And I'm curious to see how those play out. But I'll take Fractured here. That's also a pretty nice card to Lotus out. Okay, so we've got a nice pivot into blue-white here. It's not that I didn't try to draft otherwise, but I think this is the way to go. Now there's Teferi and Elspeth. Elspeth's better in a creature deck. I think this just looks like a good Teferi Hero of Dominaria deck. Oh, I'm not gonna say it, but let's just say casting Teferi on turn 2 would be pretty nice. Take that over Dress Down, Bankbuster, Absent, Elspeth. I mean, there's a lot of blue and white cards here. There's Odawara, Elspeth, Unexpectedly Absent, Dress Down. Like this feels very open. I could have taken some red and green cards, but I think I would have been taking worse cards. And blue-white seems open enough that this seems like a good place to be, honestly. So we'll see how this turns out. And now the Minsk and Boo deck could take Magda. I could take Treachery. I could take Duelist to the Mind. Not a big Duelist to the Mind fan. I mean, it's only in here because Nathan is one of the goats. I could take Coalition Relic. It's been an okay Coalition Relic deck. I'll just take the Treachery. It's a good sideboard card. Now there's Top, which is nice, but I think I'll just take Seachrome Coast over Late Italian Ursine Monstrosity. I think that Top is good, but this doesn't look like an artifact deck. This looks like a straight blue-white deck. And now I'll take Touch the Spirit Realm, which I've actually been pretty impressed with. A couple of solid green cards, but we're kind of off that train at this point. I think I want to just be blue-white. Maybe splashing something, of course, but I like this. I like this start. And then here, there's Enduring Curiosity, Infiltrator, Talisman. Kind of want to just take Talisman here. I've got a couple 5s. I have a Scalding Tarn. I could easily be Jeskai. Ooh, now I could take Flamehold Grappler. It's pretty nice with Lotus. Not so much copying Lotus, though you can do that on turn 3. But Flamehold Grappler with Lotus, let's say you start the turn with 3 lands and a Lotus in play, you can then go land, Grappler, play a 4-drop. Like Lotus gives you the mana to fully utilize this card, and if they're both in your opening hand, I think it's a pretty nice combo too. I did Flamehold Goldspan a bunch of times. I think I will take the Goldspan here. If I were to play red card, it'd be there. Boom, Occult Epiphany, let's go. Taking that, that's a card of much controversy. Mac wants to cut it, but I like the Occult Epiphany. Okay, so got a late Epiphany and iteration. It looks like Jeskai's in great shape, very open, whatever. Kind of stumbled there, but I'm going to take Seasoned Engineer. Though Sage of the Skies Lotus is nice. Seasoned Engineer Lotus is really nice. And I need some interaction, but I'll be able to pick some up. Plus, this pack, I'm going to wheel something for sure. There's Flame Slash, Flame Tongue, 4 Jeskai lands. That's 6 cards. Sage is 7. And someone's going to take Reanimate. Someone's probably going to take Figure. I'm going to get something good back. And sounds pretty good to me. Now, there's a Laelia, a Get Lost, Stoneforge, Relic of Sauron, a red-white land. Spellbomb, I guess. Emrakul, but I kind of want to just take Get Lost, but I should probably just take Inspiring Vantage over it and wheel one of these other cards. I feel like that's going to be better. There's also Stoneforge Mystic, but I'm not the biggest believer in Stoneforge. Well, easiest Force of Will in my life. There's Sacred Foundry and Fable and Savai Triumph, and these cards are all good, but Force of Will is, of course, incredible. And then now Prismatic Vista is a nice pickup, I think. I want that over Ancient Tomb. I'm going to be playing pretty color intense deck, and I want cards like Iteration and Flamehold Grappler to be playable. A lot of cards that I wouldn't mind seeing come back as well. So this is going nicely. And then here, well, there is a Lutri, and I have Force of Will. The Force of Negation is gone, and so is Fury. So I'm just looking at the pitch cards. I kind of think I just take Marsh Flats, though. It's not on yet, but it will be, I'm assuming, and I think I like that more than Meticulous Archive as well. And now there's a Dak. Oh, Atrox is also a great card, but I'll take Dak. Dak is amazing. Passing Vaultborn, Loomduel's Vault, Atroxa, him. Some pretty decent stuff there for sure. Would be nice if some of the appropriate duels wheeled for this Marsh Flats. Oh, I love a Flage. Flage is just so good against the aggro decks, or even like some of the mid-range decks, and I'm really happy picking that up over Firebolt. Passing Necromancy and Freebooter. We just passed like 2 good black cards every pack, the last couple packs, so probably not going to see much black in pack 3. It seems like it's possible J-Ready cut black in pack 1, and then I'm returning the favor in pack 2 here. But, I mean, the fact that this deck has Force and Lotus, like those are the kind of cards I look for just to make sure you don't fall too far behind or you can win on the draw, and having those here, it's going to work out pretty nicely. Okay, here, pretty easy Galvanic Discharge. 1 mana removal spell. You notice I don't have much of that. Good at keeping the initiative. Go to Flamehold Grappler over Bone Crusher, Ghostfire Slice. Jetmir's Gardens would be good with Marsh Flats, but I think Galvanic Discharge is actually one of the better removal spells. And with like Teferi, Dak, protecting your Planeswalkers also can be pretty nice. Ooh, a little Flage Epiphany combo there. Okay, well, Volcanic or Plateau is too much to ask for. No one took Figure either. So Spiroblob versus Flame Slash. I feel like I'm doing pretty well on mana, so I'll take the Flame Slash. I just really like having 1 mana removal spells. Against aggro, now I have Discharge, Flame Slash, Flage. Pretty solid. I don't have a Sweeper. That's like the one thing I'm missing. This Goldspan is also getting a little bit more interesting. I could use more 2 mana counters. That's like the real sweet spot. And let's see what comes back here. The Get Lost that I was thinking about coming back, and I think I will take it over Spellbomb here. When you have no artifact synergies, I think that Spellbomb is just okay. Then here, Embereth Shieldbreaker over Temple Garden. The one advantage to Temple Garden is I could actually splash from Minsc and Boo. Hold on. I have Dak and Touch the Spirit Realm. All right, I'll take Temple Garden. If the mana works out, I mean, when you have 2 fetches, it goes a long way. We'll have to see. Oh, Sarah Paragon to go with this Lotus. Yeah, I will take it. Sorry, Ephemerate, that's not what I'm looking for. Paragon also can cast some of these 3s, and I have 3 fetches, actually. 2 fetch lands that get, like, Temple Garden, but Prismatic Vista works very nicely with Sarah Paragon. Because right now, I mean, I guess that was a reason to take Jetmir's Garden over Galvanic Discharge, was the Minsc and Boost splash, but I still think Galvanic Discharge is just going to be excellent here. Ooh, Crater Maker is also nice. Sorry, Smuggler's Copter. It's not a Copter deck. Oh, Ketria Triumph? Wow. So it doesn't work with Marsh Flats, funnily enough, but now I think Minsc and Boo is on the table. And what do we open here? An Archon, passing the other direction, which is nice. Oust is great, of course. Solitude, Urza Saga, Shiko. Oh, I hope to get this one back. I think I'm going to take Solitude over like Daze, Urza Saga. Urza Saga to get just Lotus. I still just don't like that much. I think Solitude is incredible, so let's just take that. Okay, well, I'm going to get Temple Garden in and Minsc and Boo. And, oh, is that a Swords to Plowshares I see? Sure is. There's also the One Ring, Swords, Hallowed Fountain. This is close. The One Ring is a really broken card. I have a lot of removal. I should just take One Ring. There's also Hallowed Fountain, which would be perfect for all my duels, but I think the One Ring is just too good to pass up. And then now there's Bolt and Sunfall. There's also like a Mawlock and a Guide of Souls, but I'm not really into those. I'm not playing black. That's like the one color I'm not. I could take Bolt. Here I would take a land, but there is not one to be offered. All right, I'll take Bolt. Bolt is really good still. I'm a little high on the removal spells now, so let's see if I can get more anti-control cards. There was also like a red-white talisman, but I think that's fine. I would now trade Galvanic Discharge for Jet Mirrors, though I guess picking up Ketria Triumph goes a long way. And then here, now there's a Chain Lightning. Well, when it rains, it gear pours. Yeah, I mean, I think I will take it still. I don't know. I don't really want Loot the Pathfinder. I don't care about Jace. Trinket Mage for Lotus is whatever. This is just not a Pentad Prism deck, so, well, that's a lot of bolts here. So I could take Touch the Spirit Realm out, though. This is actually decent at flickering the One Ring. And Flickering Solitude can be good, so yeah, maybe that's good. So right now we're at 17 lands. I guess if I had to guess, the Chain Lightning probably is not going to make it, but I just wasn't playing those other cards either. Oh, I do like Leyline Binding, but I'm going to take Preordain here. I think a little bit of cantrip action is pretty nice. Leyline Binding comes back some of the time anyway. I would like one more, like a fetchable land for this Marsh Flats. I did pass up on Hallowed Fountain, but it was for the One Ring. That was, I think, worth it. Unfortunately, Plateau and Sacred Foundry are both gone. All it gets right now is Temple Garden, so I would like to do a little bit better than that. I haven't seen Tundra. There's a Cogwork. There's also a Spell Pierce. I love Spell Pierce. Taiga would be nice. It makes Tarn get green, but Tarn already gets green with Ketria Triumph. Soul Rend, look, another one of those sideboard cards. Destroy a white creature, draw a card. Well, it's actually destroy a creature if it's white, so against non-white creatures, you can cycle that card, which is really funny. But okay, so we are one card over at this point. I mean, Occult Epiphany actually isn't looking amazing here. This pack, oh, the one color I'm not is black, but Duress looks like the best card for me. I do have Marsh Flats and Prismatic Vista. I could take Gut. I could take Time Warp. This actually is not a bad Time Warp deck. I have a bunch of Planeswalkers. All right, I'm in to try that. I think the Minsc and Boo is going to be good still. Maybe Hallowed Fountain will wheel. That's not going to wheel. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, it's possible I just take out the Get Lost, actually. I do have a bunch of 1-mana spells, which I think are generally better. And against Planeswalkers, I still have Fractured Identity, so Touch the Spirit doesn't get Planeswalkers, unfortunately. All right. 8th pick Tundra? Let's see what we got here. It could be something good like that. I mean, so for splashing Minsc and Boo, I have Temple Garden, Marsh Flats, Triumph, Prismatic Vista, Scalding Tarn. Yeah, that's enough sources, I think. I think we can justify it. No Tundra, but there is a Brainstorm. Brainstorm is nice. Sorry, Loris. Not for you. Okay. This deck is looking pretty good. Oh, Rafine's Tower came back, so did Chico. But I got to take Rafine's Tower because it makes this Marsh Flats into tapped blue-white, which is still pretty good. And it doesn't really help with Tarn. That's a late Once Upon a Time. There's also a Sunbaked Canyon. I guess I'll just pass all the green cards. Or actually, would I play a Razorverge Thicket? I guess I would. I don't really like Sunbaked Canyon that much, but no, Sunbaked Canyon seems fine. Having one of those lands is okay. I still need to cut a card here, and I'm leaning towards Yeah, I don't want to cut Sarah Paragon. Oh, Sunbait Canyon go to Sarah Paragon too. I don't really cut into these cheap blue cards. I would now trade both the red removal spells for the lands. Oh, Sunfall came back. Well, that's great. Sunfall is fantastic. Thornspire Verge is not bad, but this deck wants Sunfall pretty badly. Is it possible ever that I ever cut Flamehold Grappler? Probably not with all these ones, is my guess. Would I ever play Loot? I think I'll just hate it. I think that black was pretty open pack too. Whatever. Gravetide is the most kind of generically useful card out of that bunch, even if none of them are all that great. All right, so Cogwork, sure. Last pick Cogwork. All right, let's go build. I got to make one cut still. All right, so I think given the situation, yeah, we can run this Minsc and Boo. 1, 2. Wait, does Tarn get green? Yeah, it does because of Catcher Charm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green sources. That is plenty. And that does mean I need to cut one. How many blue sources do I have? I have 1, 2, 6. So I probably want... This looks like a job for Tempest Islands. 4 Tempest Islands. 1 mountain, 2 plains, and then maybe another mountain. Let's see. 2 plains is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that seems about right. And then I even have the talisman as an extra source. And then mountains 1, 6, 7. So mountain be 8. All right. Yeah, this looks pretty great to me. Oh, wait, do I need a forest? I don't want a forest. Can I not play a forest? So then my Prismatic Vista doesn't get green. 2, 3, 4 green sources plus Lotus. Yeah, I think that's fine. I just think a forest would be too bad in this deck. And I need to cut one more. Oh, I need to cut 2 cards now. Oh, I guess I picked up too many playables. Maybe the Touch the Spirit Realm goes. Maybe it's the Minsc and Boo. Maybe it's Time Warp. Time Warp is a good card, but it is a little bit clunky. I guess it's nice with like Dak Faden is just and Force of Will as ways to get rid of the Time Warp when it's not going to be good. But have it for when you do have it. It's really good with like the One Ring, for example. Good take a Sarah Paragon isn't like the best because it's got mostly 3s to play, but it does have Lotus plus the fetch lands. That is also pretty good, though. I kind of feel like it should be an expensive card. Yeah, I mean, Minsc and Boo does not really cost me mana-wise. I'm playing a Temple Guard. That's like the only card I would play, because I'd play Catcher Triumph as a tapped blue-red land anyways. So, given all that, I could cut Talisman, but this looks like a really nice little Talisman deck. I could cut Touch the Spirit Realm. Maybe I could cut Flamehold Grappler, but I think that card's going to be pretty good here. I don't think I need that. And I guess for life gain for One Ring, I have Flage, sometimes Paragon. All right. Touch the Spirit Realm, I guess it is. Let's start this, I think. All right. Time for round 1. On the draw here, I will keep this hand. It's kind of interesting what I lead with. Well, I guess we'll see. That kind of answers that question. So the question is, on turn 1, do I lead with Seachrome Coast to leave up Spell Pierce or Fiend's Tower to get my tap land down? Or if they played a 1-drop, I guess I could Sunbaked Flame Slash. Now that they know about the Spell Pierce, I feel like I probably should just lead on Rafine's Tower. Though, depends a little what they take. I guess I'm just going to play Rafine's Tower. They know about the Spell Pierce. I don't think they're going to play into it. And this works out nicely. And this way I can keep untapped land for turn 3, which... I guess I don't have the deck anymore, but I have that Teferi. Okay. All right, well, can't pierce that. I like my matchup against red-black attrition. Obviously, if they have like a fast animate, then, which doesn't surprise me, J Ready isn't that. I could easily lose. Mana Crypt and Gristlebrand, well, interesting. Discarding the Mana Crypt is... Because it could have animated this turn with Gristlebrand, with Mana Crypt to pay, so I'm just going to Teferi and +1 and pass the turn. It's not like Spell Pierce is going to stop this anyway. Oh, okay. Doesn't have the enemy yet. Nice. If I can draw a land here, it'd be pretty good. Lotus would be insane. I go Lotus, Paragon, replay Lotus, Dungeoneer. That would be sick. Okay, well, Gristlebrand's in the bin. I would like to draw Force of Will, or I guess I don't have that many good counters. That's one thing this deck is lacking a bit. Well, Miscalc is not bad. I think I zero Teferi. All right. I might be able to Spell Pierce plus Miscalc something if I need to. Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm just going to bolt it. Seems better. And I could cycle Miscalc. They have 2 cards. Yeah. Let's just do that. +1 that. Land. Play Seasoned Dungeoneer and get a mountain here. Pass the turn. Hope they don't animate a Gristlebrand. So if I'd kept up Miscalc, I could have stopped it. All right, well. On the plus side, if they don't have a way to kill Teferi, I can, or Seasoned Engineer, I can bounce the Gristlebrand and attack for a bunch, but obviously there's a good chance they got something. Yeah, Force of Will would have been an incredible draw, unsurprisingly. I could have not cycled Miscalc, but I just don't think Miscalc plus Pierce is good enough to kind of hang my whole game plan on that. So we'll see what they do. I'm probably going to lose this now that they've resolved a Gristlebrand at 18 life. That typically is what's going to happen there. But I do have some plays. Flamehold Grappler Lightning Bolt's kind of interesting too. Something to think about in general. All right. Blood Tithe. Okay. That's not the worst. Forge on the Dungeoneer. Draw. All right. Well, hold on. Let's attack first, because this is going to get pro creatures anyway. And I got a land off the top. All right. So I think I do start with bouncing the Gristlebrand. It's got to be the play. Okay, that's cool. Guess I'll play Sarah Paragon. Leaving up Spell Pierce, taking an extra point of damage. Okay. They have a million cards in their hand. They get to rediscard the Gristlebrand. Shallow Grave would be unfortunate, indeed. What is this? Slamming something for 4 mana. I mean, I do have the Spell Pierce, and they do know about it. Oh, Flame Tongue. Yeah, I can't pierce that. Well, that doesn't really get them out of it. Because they have to have something else. Inti? Okay. Seasoned Engineer just kills them now. Seasoned Engineer, what a card, huh? I mean, now that I have a Spell Pierce up, I don't think it's going to be very easy for them to do anything about this. All right. We take these. Anytime you beat a Gristlebrand, it's feeling pretty good. They could Snuff Out and I would Spell Pierce it. They could have like Bone Shards plus Snuff Out or something. It doesn't seem like they have anything. All right. That's a lot of lands in a row. Wow. Not that it really matters in this case. Now we'll leave Fractured on top. All right. Take 6. Well, that works for me. All right. Well, I think against that deck, Treachery and Touch the Spirit Realm seem better than Paragon. I think I like that. They have no artifacts. I could see just cutting Dak. It seems fine. Don't care about Crater Maker. Do I want Get Lost? I think so. I think I'd rather have Sunfall. All right. Let's get in there. All right. Well, definitely going to keep this hand. This hand would be pretty nice if I drew my Sarah Paragon, that I sided out. But what do I do? I guess lotusing out most of this stuff isn't even that exciting. But I think, I'm going to play it because I haven't seen Artifact Removal and I have seen Thoughtseize. So let's just go Rafine's Tower, Lotus, pass the turn. And I've got Teferi. I can hardcast a Solitude here. Demonic Tutor. So I think my plan next turn is likely to be Talisman plus Preordain. I feel like I can answer a lot of the stuff that could get tutored for here. Maybe they're going to tutor for Thoughtseize, and joke's on them. My hand doesn't care about Thoughtseize all that much. Oh. Maybe I'm just going to Lotus out that. I can play Talisman. Just play the One Ring. Seems pretty great to me. What is happening? And they could have Bowmasters in their decks. Let's just draw now. One Ring with Flage Solitude in hand. Pretty nice. Teferi, not bad either. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. All right. Let's draw here. Let's draw two more. Fractured Identity, Flage. All right, let's cast Preordain first. Definitely bottom. Well, I think I'll keep Seasoned Engineer, play Inspiring Vantage, and I think I could Teferi and bounce the Fabled. No, that seems pretty terrible. Let's just play. Actually, let's just go Teferi and bounce the token. That's what I mean to do. And bounce the token. All right. Now I've got a pitch card still. I've got a Seasoned Engineer as a big threat. They do get to discard stuff and animate something good, but I can't really stop that. Okay, at least it was reanimate, so they take a bunch of damage here. And I have two different answers for Gristlebrand in hand, so Thoughtseize isn't the worst thing in the world. All right, well, Gristlebrand's being activated. Don't think there's a reason to cast anything now. Also, if they Thoughtseize, they go to 3 here, and they have to take Flage. Okay, Entomb. So they haven't played a land yet. They could Entomb Archon and then animate it in some form or fashion. The Necromancy is too expensive unless they have a Dark Ritual or a Mox. They could have Animate Dead. They could have Shallow Grave. That would be kind of a disaster. Well, they're tanking a little bit, so maybe they don't have it all lined up. If they had Shallow Grave Archon, I imagine they would just be slamming it. Oh, there's the Archon. Oh, into Mana Crypt. Okay, so they definitely are doing something here. Is this a Necromancy? No, looting first. Okay. If they put an Archon into play, I'll sack Teferi. I'll discard a land. Oh, it's Corpse Dance. All right. Yeah, so that I take basically if I Solitude them, I take a lot less damage. Would Mana Crypt into Corpse Dance, huh? So pitch casting Solitude gains them 6, but only really gains them 3 because they would have gained 3 by attacking. It saves me 9 life. Because currently they're going to go to 11 here, or they're going to go to 14. I'm losing Teferi no matter what. Discard Sunbait Canyon, go to 16. Then take another 9. I guess I probably do Solitude then. I think I pitched the Dungeoneer at this point. I don't love it, and unfortunately I can't sack it to the Archon trigger, but I'll discard a Sunbait Canyon. All right. I think with the ring in play, I just don't really want to take that much more damage, especially since I can also Fracture Identity that Gristlebrand here. And they had Grief. Okay. Yeah, if they have it all, they have it all. I'm going to need the One Ring to really hit here. Wow, they have a really nice Reanimator deck. Well, that at least answers the Gristlebrand. Huh. Yeah, let's go Sunfall. Paying 7 more life. All right. Well, I have kind of a lot of burn in my hand. If they lose the flip, they go to 4 here. I guess we'll see how this goes. I thought I was going to lose last game, and they Gristlebrand didn't do that much. This game, I definitely think I'm going to lose. They have DT, Entomb, Reanimate, Mana Crypt, Grief. Yeesh, Archon Gristlebrand. They have a pretty nice reanimator deck. Thoughtseize too. This is going to be tough going into game 3 here. Assuming I lose this, which isn't a done deal. I mean, it really isn't. Oh, they're flashing back Faithless Looting? They must have another big creature they want to get in the graveyard. Otherwise, it'd be kind of weird. And Atraxa, sure. They have a Hasted Atraxa? They have a Shallow Grave also? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's Necromancy? Oh, and they discarded the Thoughtseize? I guess they're at 4. Okay, they reveal their last cards, which are Snuff Out, Flame Tongue, Lothari, and 2 lands. Oh, I think I am going to win. Okay. I don't really know how this all happened, but I guess their hand was bad enough that they wanted to Gristlebrand, but now... And they knew about Flage, but even with just Flage with Mana Crypt out, this is dangerous. This isn't going to work out great. They also can't really take all these cards because they don't want a deck. But next turn, I'm going to get to go Flamehold, Bolt You, or Flage, Bolt You. Either way, I have 6 points of burn lined up. And if one gets discarded, I guess if Bolt gets discarded, I have 3 points. If Flage gets discarded, I still have 6. Yeah, so Bolt's going to get discarded. No, but then I can just go Flamehold, copy Flage. I have 6 points of burn even through a discard spell, assuming there's a land in my top, 5 cards or whatever. Nethercoif, all right. Well... we take it. Reanimating Gristlebrand is a little bit like casting Doomsday in that you would think it would lead to a lot of wins, and sometimes it definitely does, but it leads to a lot more losses than you might expect. Yeah, just draw the Force of Will just in case. Well, I guess I can't. I say just in case, but I can't actually use Force of Will, so. Flamehold Grappler. Bolt You. Bolt You. And Bolt You. All right. Whew. 1-0 here. Let's do it. All right. Playing against Broccoli Rob here for round 2. All right. I'll keep this hand. Playing against 4-color mid-range. Orcish Bowmasters is pretty annoying. And Elspeth, Gleemox, just kind of like a domain-ish sort of stuff. Don't mind this opening hand against that. I mean, iteration is a big part of why I kept this. I don't like that I have to play Sunbaked Canyon early, but that's all right. I really don't like seeing a Gleemox. It's just going to be a fast hand, I'm afraid. Is Pentad Prism? Wow, we're going to see a pretty fast something or other. There'll be a lot of mana on turn 2 here. Let's draw any Lotuses. Teferi Time Ravelers. I'm just going to fire off iteration here. If I had a Lotus, it'd be so sick. Preordained. So let's put Vista into hand, Temple Garden back, and exile Preordained and pass the turn. I just needed, because I didn't draw a land for turn 3, I think I wanted to cast iteration there because I don't know what we're going to see next turn, but it's not going to be good for me. Rabble Master. Well, in this case, iteration into Flame Slash would have actually worked out okay, but all right, that's fine. Maybe we'll draw another cheap play. Island. Let's just get Mountain here and Flame Slash the Rabble Master, leaving mana up. And then now I get to play a Time Raveler next turn, perhaps. Yeah, so if I hadn't cast iteration, just gone Canyon Go, next turn I would have drawn a land, let's say, an iteration into another land, a Preordain and another land. Yeah, it would have worked out better. I basically would have had an extra land in hand. Okay, so Vitriome, still lots of mana over there. I'm representing some counter magic here, so it's maybe Rob doesn't want to play into it. I'm not sure. Okay, something's coming down. Luris of the Dream Den. Sure. Fire off a Teferi here. Just going to bounce the Luris, I think. And play Rafine's Tower. Pass the turn. And now I have Sunfall up or Big Teferi. Not super in love with how all this has gone, but things could be worse. Given that Rob went turn 1 land Gleemox Pentad Prism, and so far the plays have been a Rabble Master and just a Lurrus, replay nothing like that, that's really not so bad. I mean, Sunfall could be pretty good here. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. I might just go Sarah Paragon, play Prismatic Vista next turn. We'll see what comes down, I guess. If it's Lurrus again? Flicker Wisp, okay. Gleemox. Sure, with Lurrus in hand. Let's play Sarah Paragon then. Play Prismatic Beast. And now I have Spell Pierce up too. Not that that's looking super relevant, but you know, could do something. Ooh. 3 mana. Hopefully this costs 4. Cycling Jetbeer's Garden. So Lurrus plus now 3 unknowns in hand, but a lot of mana does feels like not that much to do with it is kind of what's happening over here. I'm setting up a nice Sunfall, like if Rob goes kill your Sarah Paragon, play Lurrus. If Sarah Paragon doesn't die, then okay. Then I get to replay that Teferi Time Raveler as well. All right, well, Rabble Master's not that big of a deal. Ooh, Pre-War Formal or Flicker Wisp. That is a pretty good combo. I mean, as things currently stand, I block a Goblin token, I take 1. Oh, equipping Pre-War Formal Wear to Flicker Wisp. All right. Yeah, that's fine. I guess I'll just take some more damage. And end of turn, I'll go get a Plains. I guess I can upkeep, go get a Plains. Crack this, go up to 9. Plains draw for turn. I could play Teferi. Don't really want to bounce Flicker Wisp at 9. I think I do play Teferi out of my graveyard because it's just free real estate. I think I bounced the Rabble Master because, ooh, that's a nice draw. And then I'm going to play Temple Garden because I don't really need to be cracking a fetch here. And I've got Minsk and Boo is the one card I don't have the mana for. I have enough. Otherwise, I have red, red, white, 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 blue, blue, blue. So I think it's worth just playing that. All right. This is Rabble Master. Okay, I'm not countering that because I think there's a pretty good chance I'm going to want to Sunfall this turn. Okay. Teferi is going to die here, but I'll probably, now that I've gotten my 3 cards off Sarah Paragon, I'll probably just block the Flicker Wisp. I'm going to gain 2, go to 11, and then maybe I'll Sunfall, maybe not. It would be nice if Rob played a Lurrus here. Or something else. Don't just play nothing. You haven't even seen a removal spell or a Sunfall. No, actually, that's not true. They saw Sunfall against the Gristlebrand here. There we go. That's a Lurrus. That's a Lurrus. I can feel it. Yes, that's a Lurrus. All right. Ooh, that's what I wanted to see. Because we are closing in on this game, I will say. Oh, Flage. Oh. Oh, I can't quite Flage. I don't have enough cards in my graveyard yet. Now I think I do play. Actually, let's just play Island. Just Sunfall. If I had more cards in my graveyard, I could have gone Flage your 2 things, your Lurrus and your Rabble Master, but this is also going to be fine. Rob has 2 cards in hand now. Now I have Force up to pitch the Spell Pierce. The Teferi is going to come down. I'm going to get to make an Incubator end of turn, like super fast mana start, but kind of flooded out, which, you know, I can't say I'm too unhappy about. What is this? Elspeth Stormslayer. No. Well, hold on. So this makes 2 tokens. +1. I think that's actually okay. Because I'm going to get to make an incubator token and then Flage as well. So let's start by just attacking the Elspeth with Phyrexian token here. They're going to chump, I'm sure. It would be pretty weird not to. Okay, and then let's crack Tarn. I have to get an untapped red with this. Luckily, I do have another mountain. Well, actually, hold on. I don't have to get an untapped red because I have this talisman. So I can play talisman and then do it. Yeah. Yeah, let's just get island then. Let's play talisman off the 2 islands. And then Flage. Nug Elspeth. And Flage. Red. I'm going to take 2 damage off this, but I'll gain my lives back. And ooh. You know, the Sarah Paragon in this deck was mostly for Lotus. It was really good this game. Getting to replay a land and a Teferi was a pretty big deal. Trade for a Flickerwisp. Get a bunch of cards out off of the deal. And then now I've got 4 still up here. Oh, they have something end of turn. Is it another Triumph? Sure. And not quite lethal in play, but it's not going to go well for Rob if I get to attack with Flage here. What is this? It's a lot of mana. 7 mana? It's like a pest infestation or something? Or Green Sun Zenith? It's interesting. Oh, Moloch. Well, that was a good draw, but I have it covered too. Wow, that was an insane draw. I would have eaten my Flage. Instead, I'm going to nug their soldier, attack them for 10. Let's go to Fairy and draw. Oh, the Fractured Identity. All right, well, I don't need to use a Galvanic Discharge here because I can just attack like this, hit the soldier, pass the turn. No real reason to crack Sunbait Canyon now, I don't think. And I'm going to have something even better. This looks like something. It's like an Ugin or something. Oh, Trumpeting Carnosaur. Okay. Let's see what you discover into. Hit Giver of Runes. Sure. Okay, well, that's definitely not going to do the trick. And I could win with just a Fairy, but I think Fractured on the Carnosaur seems like a good call. Fractured Carnosaur to Fairy. The Giver, attack for 13. I guess I should play around Flage getting killed or something. Play the One Ring. A very necessary One Ring. And get in there. All right, so again, I mean, Gleemox is scary, but I kind of like this like mid-range let's play cards that trade for each other matchup. My deck is just pretty good at doing that, I feel like. So happy enough with that, of course. And don't want Treachery, Get Lost, Touch the Spirit Realm, Goldspan Dragon. Spell Pierce I think is still okay, but it counters Elspeth. That part is nice. Time Warp, Treachery, Occult Epiphany. Get Lost, kills creature, enchantment, or planeswalker. I mean, having a way to kill Elspeth is pretty good. Maybe I want Get Lost over Flame Slash. Hold on. Maybe I don't want this Paragon. Maybe instead of Sarah Paragon, I want like Treachery or Occult Epiphany. Crater Maker, no. Goldspan Dragon. Maybe I didn't have big rings. Maybe I want Chain Lightning because I can also hit like Elspeth. I think maybe I'll do that. You can hit Luris. All right. I just didn't see any creatures where the 4th toughness off Flame Slash was that relevant. I guess an equipped Rabble Master or something. This hand doesn't really do that much. I feel like I can probably mulligan. I don't know. All right, well, I like this hand better. Keep, I'll put a mountain back, I think. This hand has a bit more action to it. If I brainstorm into exactly Black Lotus, I can set up a turn 2 iteration and play the Lotus off it. That'd be pretty nice. Looks like Rob is mulliganing as well. I think to 5, actually. Yeah. Okay. Well, Gleemox could unmulligan some. Giver's okay. And do I brainstorm end of turn is kind of the question. Well, let's see what gets played here. I guess Orcish Bowmasters is something to be scared of in general, but they're confident. Okay, yeah, I'm going to brainstorm then, I guess. It feels like I'm probably going to want to iterate on 2. Confidant, Giver into Dark Confidant is pretty good. Ooh, put Sunbaked Canyon back. Draw. Crack this for a mountain. Iteration. Any Lotuses? Flage. Get lost on the bottom. Exile. Chain Lightning. Pass the turn. Flage at least can eat the Giver of Runes, though. The Bob is going to unmulligan pretty quickly. Into Rabblemaster? Jeez. All right. Yeah. Oh, no land, though. Okay. That gives me a shot. If Rabblemaster landed there, I didn't think I was going to have a good chance of winning. All right. Flage. Oh, that's funny. This island is actually stopping the turn 4 Flage. that is amusing. Well, no, I guess I'm also 1 spell short. Okay, well, if Bob doesn't hit a land this turn, Bob will have 6 spells in hand. All right. Oh, end of turn Bowmasters. All right. Hit Mardu Siegebreaker. Okay, but no land so far. I still need to draw something, though. Yeah, my hand doesn't actually do anything, so Skuller's not that bad. Because when Flage comes out, it's going to be really good. And I just need to draw any spell I can that goes to the graveyard over this next 2 turns here. Well, ideally this turn. Seasoned Dungeoneer, huh? You know, I don't love it, but I think I do have to do it. Because otherwise, the Spell Pierce is not going to get cast. Let's go Dungeoneer. Let's get a mountain, I guess. Or just get an island. Okay. Bob, reveal Lingering Souls. But any lands yet? I mean, it would appear not. Attack with those. It's gonna hit a land here. Do I want Bob? Yeah, I think Bob being in play is okay with me. Okay, so Rob gets to play a land and maybe play something that kills Dungeoneer. If not, the Dungeoneer gets to attack for a lot of damage. No Forge, though. Now, I just need to draw a fetch land, I guess. Scalding Tarn. Otherwise, I'm not flaging this turn. Or I could draw Preordain. Ooh, Preordain would be nice. Or Lotus. Lotus would also be nice. All right. Plains. Let's hope it's like Lingering Souls. That would be fine. If it's not killing my Dungeoneer, then the Dungeoneer might just win this game. What else could I draw here? I mean, Chain Lightning or something would be pretty nice. It is Lingering Souls. Okay. Oh, I drew the Preordain. That's incredible. Hold on. I could set things up. I don't think I need to. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll go Preordain. So I could set it up so Fractured is the top card, and then I draw the Preordain. Yeah, so let's go top. Get Bowmastered. Attack with Dungeoneer. I'll keep Fractured on top of my deck, but I will let this get in there and then go land. I get the initiative, and I'm just going to go Forge, I think. Yeah, seems fine. And go land, Flage. And I assume I just nug Rob. I go to 14, so I'm not that likely to die. And now any 2-mana play already kills him off Dark Confidant. Let's go. And I revealed Lelia. Oh my god. I haven't seen a Dark Confidanting so bad in a while. That was 13 points of damage over 4 turns, never hitting lands. All right, 2-0. Feels like we've gotten pretty lucky here. We'll take it. All right, time for round 3. Let's see how lucky we can get here. Well, the answer is potentially pretty lucky. And let's see. Playing against a Nadu deck that has Time Walk, Force of Negation, Lightning Greaves. So hopefully don't get Nadu too hard here. I mean, I have a pretty good hand against it, to be fair. No 1-drop Dork either. Nice, because now I get to go Vista Go. I have Miscalc up, and next turn I'm going to get to cast Iteration without having played a land. A Fabled 2-card Iteration. didn't get any of those last match. Cankerbloom. Okay. I'm just going to discharge that. 3-2. I could have miscalced, but I feel like having miscalc in hand would be pretty nice. Oh. Okay. Let's go Sarah Paragon. Prismatic Vista. Well, we got time for Lotus later. Island and say go. And then I can miscalc this turn. Next turn, replay Lotus off Paragon. Bristly Bill. Yeah, I will miscalc that. No reason not to, I don't think. And I get to play Iteration next turn. Ooh, would have been a 4/4 Bristly Bill too. Okay, let's play Lotus off Paragon. Let's cast Expressive Iteration. Deck into hand. And let's play the Mountain here. And I can hardcast Force here if I want. Obviously the bar for forcing is like reasonably high, but because I'd have to lose my Lotus, but losing the Lotus isn't even that big of a deal at this point. So we'll see what they've got. If it's Nadu, oh, Spellseeker, okay. Spellseeker for Time Walk is fine. I also might end up, oh, for Ponder, sure. And an Elf, okay. I also might end up decking here. Yeah, let's go deck Faden. Tap it like this. See what lands I want to do. Ooh. Let's discard Island Marsh Flats. Play the Marsh Flats and then just pass the turn. I don't really want Dak to get attacked, and I don't really care too much about getting 3 points of damage in here. Yeah. Ponder, go nuts. I'll still be able to hardcast Force here, and I'll still have plenty of mana even if I do. And Dak is going to fuel this Flage pretty nicely. In fact, there's a chance next turn that I just go Dak the Flage and then escape it. You can play Flage off Paragon, but that's not that great of a combo because the Flage dies and gets exiled. They pondered. Just declines to use Time Walk, sure. So they didn't shuffle off Ponder. What is this? Green Suns for 2? Oh, Pest Infestation on the Lotus. Okay. And, oh, they're casting this X equals 1. Yeah, all right. That's fine. I could still force if I need to. They're still not doing anything. So, I'm not too concerned. Haywire Might? Sure. What is this? Into Displacer Kitten? Okay. I feel like they didn't have anything to go with that kitten. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. They only have one card in hand. The best they could do is blink their Spellseeker, which is strong, but let's get Temple Garden here. Draw. Oh, Flame Slash. Okay. I guess I'll start by decking. I could steal the Haywire Might. What am I doing this turn? I could play the land out of that graveyard. Let's start with Flame Slash on, or maybe I'll just Flage. Start with Flage on the Displacer Kitten. Okay. Attack the Haywire Might. Nothing to sacrifice here. Play Island with Sarah Paragon, and well, once again pass the turn. Well, I kind of like keeping Flame Slash because it kills Nadu. Obviously, I might force the Nadu as well, but it kind of feels like I've got plenty of things to do here. Deck now is going to pop off. Deck fade in. Let's discard these two lands. Cast Sarah Paragon, cast with Escape. No, cast with Escape, not with Sarah Paragon Escape. So I'm losing out on the value of playing one of those lands this turn with Sarah Paragon, but I think that's okay because getting Flage into play is pretty nice. Kill the Elvish Mystic, and I'll play Inspiring Vantage. Even though I have Dak Paragon here, I think that's fine. I'll attack with the Haywire Might as well. Fine trading off here, I think. Though I guess I have Temple Garden. Maybe I should just keep the Haywire Might as a way to pop a Lightning Greaves or something. Okay. I have a pretty solid blue-green deck, but I like where I'm at. I probably just want all the burn. And I like Bonehor Dracosaur, Goldspan kind of cards. Dak looks just okay. Sarah Paragon I don't think is actually that great. Well, it's pretty great if you draw Lotus. Spell Pierce looked okay also. Maybe I cut the deck. Maybe I don't have Chain Lightning in. I just put the Goldspan in. Yeah, I think I just like Goldspan in against a deck that doesn't look like they can really stop it. Okay. And here, oh, this hand's actually fine for being a one-lander. I've got a Triumph into Preordain, and I have Sunfall on 5, and Solitude as a pitch card. Though obviously the Goldspan is not not looking very good here. Not that Sarah Paragon would be. Bristly Bill, okay. Okay, let's see what I draw here. Land is actually fine. Just go land, go. And have Miscalc up, and then next turn iteration. I could Solitude pitch Flamehold Grappler here. I think I might take one shot from the Bristly Bill first. See what this is. Surrak can't be countered. Okay. I don't love that. I'll take it and just take my turn. I don't think I want to cycle Miscalc. Let's go Preordain or 16. Actually, let's just iteration here. Okay. Just get 2 lands, land, Preordain. Maybe I should have just killed the Bristly Bill in response. Oh, all right. I'm just going to try to go 1 ring into... After all that, I just discarded the Miscalc. 1 ring into Sunfall is going to be my plan here. Take 7. Yeah, I think I should have just Solituded the Bristly Bill, most likely. Well, yeah, I guess so, huh? I would have taken a lot less damage. Oh, all right, well, fair enough. I guess I was getting owned one way or another. All right. Okay, maybe I do want Chain Lightning over Goldspan. Yeah, all right. Let's get back in there. Okay, on the play. Keep this hand. Let's lead on Vantage. I'll bolt a turn 1 elf. And I don't need to play Brainstorm Vista on turn 2, I don't think. I'm happy waiting an additional turn here. All right. I'm just going to bolt that. Draw. Islands say go here. And it's their turn 2. Fanatic. Okay. Brainstorm end of turn. Wow, Fanatic is actually pretty annoying because it's one of the few that I can't flage here. So I guess I'll just pass. I've got turn 3 or turn 4 Dungeoneer into turn 5 Fractured. So I guess I hope that's good enough. Okay, well, they still have Haywire Might in their deck. I do like that. Let's crack this. Planes. A little heavy on non-blue sources. Now I draw that, huh? Well, I'll still play Seasoned Engineer. Okay, I guess I can get a blue now. All right, they didn't play anything with 4 mana, so that's good. Let's hope this isn't a strong turn, because I've got Fractured up next turn, and I have Flame Slash. Elf, huh? Elf go. Elf attack. Well, I'll block the Haywire Might. They get to sack that for a land and getting the initiative. All right. If they didn't have a land to play, that's a good play. If they have Time Walk now, it's pretty annoying. But nope. All right. Oh, Force of Negation, huh? Okay. Let's attack. Draw Triome. Forge. And let's go Flage. Nug that Elvish Mystic. And I think play Ketria Triome. Okay, well, still pretty scared of Time Walk. They get to take the initiative back here, but I've got Fractured. I also have Flage coming out relatively soon, depending on what happens here. They're going to go Scrying. Go into the Lost Well. Was hoping to kill both the creatures this turn to prevent the initiative from going back that way, but okay, that's another land. That's not ideal. To another land. All right. I guess I'll play around Daze here. Go Trap. And play Scalding Tarn and Fractured the Disciple or Fanatic. Okay, I'll memory lapse it. That way, if I want to redraw it, I can redraw it here. I mean, still need something, or just Seasoned Engineer is still just going to win here. Stash gets a token, but the treasure, that doesn't seem too bad. Time Walk is still scary. Spellseeker, okay, into Time Walk. Hit for 2. I go to 17. I have 1 card in hand that isn't this. Sure. They get to get the Catacombs. I mean, if Fats has like another Time Walk here, then things get dicey. Otherwise, though, I just win with Flage. 1 card in hand, because next turn I hit for 5 or 6 and then Flage. They're chilling. All right, let's see what they got. All right, I'll draw Fractured, I think, is fine. Attack with this. Another land. Let's go here. Draw another card. Teferi, huh? Well, sack this. Get a mountain. Hold on. There we go. Cycle Rafine's Tower. And then Flage. I can get dazed now. If such a thing happens, then so be it. Nope. That's a 3-0. All right. We take those. All right. I mean, had a Lotus. Lotus is great. It's actually like not a great Lotus deck in the sense that Lotusing out, I mean, Minsk and Boo or Wandering are great, or like Paragon or Dungeoneer. Like, yeah, Lotusing out those 4s are great, but Lotus with most of the other cards, like it doesn't work that well with Teferi, Dak. Flamehold is a little bit awkward, all that. But look at this. Even setting aside the Lotus, it had a Force of Will, a Miscalc, a Pierce, a bunch of cheap red removal, 2 cantrips, 3 fetches. I mean, this is just a very good deck. Had kind of all the pieces, right? You had good mana with a bunch of fetches and duels. Not like perfect, but, you know, pretty good. You had a Volcanic or a Tundra, and obviously it gets much better, but still very good mana. It had cheap interaction. It had Bolt, Discharge, Flame Slash, Miscalc, Force of Will, Solitude, right? Those are all cheaper free. Had a Sweeper and Sunfall. Had, you know, some heavy hitters and like Ring, Fractured Identity, Teferi. Had some finishers. It was like Dungeoneer, Minsk and Boo. Flage just continues to be excellent. Iteration is a nice little cantrip. Had Teferi and Dak as like some decent planeswalkers. And of course had a Lotus, had a broken card too. So add all that together, add in a pinch of luck, and then 2 heaping spoonfuls of luck. And then also you pour the rest of the luck in and you get a 3-0, which is enough to at least put my team in a good winning position. We're up 4-3 now, so the rest of my team needs to pick it up, but I'm hopeful they will. So that'll do it for today. Appreciate you hanging out with me as I open Lotus for maybe the first time on this channel. I'll be back tomorrow, though, with another draft. Maybe I'll do it again. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.